guys, this is Charlie
and Jure
and Natasha
for Kracht Amsterdam, and we have for you today's home workout. Today's home workout is an ascending ladder for 15 minutes where you're going to start with 2 pistol squats followed by 2 back extensions and then 2 pike push-ups if you're doing the bodyweight version, and 2 single arm double dumbbell or kettlebell presses if you're doing the equipment variation. This round you're going to repeat, but every round you'll add 2 reps to each movement. So in the second round you're going to be going for 4 pistol squats, 4 back extensions, and then 4 pike push-ups or 4 single arm presses. In the next round you go for 6 of each, and so you continue until you finish the 15 minutes. We are here to run you through the warming up, which we'll do partly together for the first time, as well as the strength and mobility part. So get ready, find yourself the right spot that you're comfortable in, and then we're going to go through the warming up. Try to completely finish with us straight away, and then yeah, it's a bit more cozy, I think, if we're doing it together. So the first movement is going to be a plank rotation. You're going to be setting yourself up in a plank position on the elbows. Jure is going to place his feet as close together as possible. Natasha will give her feet a little bit more space, which makes it a bit easier. And then from here, you're going to be doing a plank rotation. Lifting your right arm towards the ceiling, followed by lifting your left arm towards the ceiling. This was rep number 1. We're now going to continue until we complete 10 reps in total. So just move with us. As you see, you're keeping a very tight body position. At all time, the core tension, the tension in the butt and the legs is there. And you just try to extend completely, reaching up as high as you can with your hand towards the ceiling. That's it, guys. Keep it going. And I think that was rep number 10. Then in the next movement we have a downwards facing dog with shoulder taps. Now this movement you're going to perform for 20 taps in total. Let's go. So your butt is up, you have that A-frame position. If you can drive your heels down a bit towards the floor, then go for it. And then alternating, you tap with your right hand your right shoulder and with your left hand your left shoulder to really warm up those shoulders well for the presses and the pike push-ups. Then after 20 repetitions, we go for the third warm-up movement, and that is a narrow stance squat. Now, as you can see, Natasha will be performing those squats to a target, which can be a chair. Jure is going to perform that without. You place your feet close together, you keep your knees together as well, and then you squat as low as you can by holding still your balance in the bottom. 10 repetitions. This warming up is for quality, so it's not about how fast you move, but it's about the quality of the movement. So try to keep the correct positions in those squats. Make sure you keep your full feet flat on the floor, those knees together. It will warm you up well for the pistol squats. And as you can see, Jure is leaning a bit forward so that he's not falling back in the bottom position. Usually in the squats, that's not what we want to see, but because of it's a pistol squat, you have to do that in order to keep balance. Okay guys, because we're having 3 rounds for quality, you're now going to do 2 more rounds for yourself. So press, pause for a moment. Then we have the second part of today's workout, which is kind of a strength and a mobility part combined. So we're going to do this in the same setup as with the warming up. The first round we'll do together, and then the other 2 rounds you're going to finish while we are on pause. So the round consists of 5 floor wipes, and what Natasha and Jure are going to do, they're going to position themselves on their backs. Jure will do kind of a more advanced variation, where Natasha has a more accessible variation for beginners. And what they're going to do is go from one side with their feet all the way towards the other side. Important here is that you're going to keep your back fully in contact with the floor as much as possible. Where Jure has his feet very far away from his body, Natasha is keeping her knees tucked, and therefore she has slightly less leverage, and it will make it slightly easier. Don't move fast again, rather move more slowly. It will give you a longer time under tension, and it will actually be harder like that. Great. great way to work on core stability and on the abs and obliques. So going all the way up as well as back will be 1 repetition, and you're going to make 5. Okay, then the next warming up movement is a bit more for the mobility. For that one, you're going to be standing up, and we're going to be making lunges. Now those lunges will be doing alternating for 8 reps. You step out, and then we're going to hold for 3 seconds. Let's go, guys. The position where you kind of push your knee forward and down to train that ankle flexibility. So Jure stays more upright, while Natasha kind of really pushes her knee down with her body weight. Then you're going to be stepping back, and you alternate legs, and we do that for 8 in total. So 1, 2, 3, and you step back. Step forward, push, 2, 3, and back. Other foot. That already brings us halfway, and back. 4 more steps, 2, 1, and back. 2, 1, and back. 2, 1, and back. So you want to make the angle of the ankle smaller, so the knees goes forward and back. Final 2 steps. And back. Last step. Drive forward and step back. I need you to finish 2 more of these rounds of the 5 floor wipes and then the 8 alternating lunges. So while you do that, quickly put us to pause. Which then brings us at the final part of today's workout, and that is the movement standards of the movements that you will do in the workout. This we won't do together. We will explain to you how the movements go, what to focus on, and then you're going to do that 15-minute workout by yourself. If you rather do a workout with more people together, then doing that during our live classes is the best option. That being said, pistol squats. For that we'll have 2 options. Option number 1 is doing it with no help at all, so no chair. That means that you need a ton of strength and mobility and balance in order to do that movement. And this is quite advanced. So for most people, I would recommend using a chair. Now, this will be a ladder. So the 2 pistols will be 1 on the right side, followed by 1 on the left side. Natasha and Jure, please do 2 repetitions. Beautiful. Then for the next movement, for the back extensions, you're going to set yourself up lying on the floor. Jure will keep his feet together and will bring his arms as far forward as he can, where Natasha will have her feet a bit wider and her arms winging a little bit out, and they'll perform 2 back extensions. At the same time, lifting their chest and their legs as high from the floor as possible. Then lastly, we have the pike push-ups and the single arm presses with either the dumbbell or the kettlebell. So this one I want to show you one by one. So in the pike push-up, you have that down facing dog position. Natasha's going to demo this one. And when she moves down, she'll first go forward with her head, then touches the floor in front of her fingertips, and then she presses back. Now, if this would be a bit too hard strength-wise, you can use 1, 2, 3 towels or like a pillow so that you have a target to touch. And then make sure you really tap the floor in front of your fingertips. Pike push-ups, thank you. The equipment version has single arm presses, which can be with the kettlebell or with the dumbbell. What we see in the kettlebell is that you go from the shoulder to a straight arm overhead, in line with the shoulder. And if you look at that from the front, you see that the starting position is kind of on the bicep with the elbow out. That's it. If you do 2 repetitions, you'll be doing 1 on right and 1 on left. And if you'll be doing 4 repetitions, you'll be doing 2 on right and 2 on left, etc. With the dumbbell, it's quite the same. Dumbbell starts with one head on the shoulder, and without using any legs or hips, you're going to press straight up until the dumbbell is straight above the shoulder. From the front, you see that he has a nice and upright torso, and that his arm goes completely straight without moving away from his body. I think for 15 minutes, this makes a really spicy workout. We wish you good luck, have fun. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate and just shoot us an email at info@krachtamsterdam.nl. Thank you guys. Bye bye.